Hi everyone, it's Jill Lancet, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. How are we all? I learnt something new this week. My friend Jeanette, we were talking one day and she was telling me about tea bag folding. And I said, you know what, I've never tried that. So yesterday, she showed me a very simple tea bag folding, and I decided to make a card out of it today. So I've got all the stuff here. First things first, I hope you can see that. That's my name. That is my store there, JillLancet.stampinup.net. At that website, at my store, you can see my Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and whatever else is there. I can't remember. I still got this rotten cough and I just can't shake it. This is the August host code. It's for orders under $250. It ends on the 31st, which I think is Tuesday or Wednesday. Given I don't even know what day it is, I don't know. Anyway, on the 31st of August. Now that just happens to be the same day that our celebration promotion ends. So if you want any freebies, you better get in before then, because once they're over, they're over. You have an order for $90. For every $90 you spend, you can get one of the free rewards, and they are on my website. You can see the celebration banner. You can also see both catalogues are also there. But this is the host code. I'm not sure what happened this month, but I tried to change it on my website and it didn't change. So just have a check and make sure that that is the one you have written down if your order is under $250. So onto the card. Now I've got everything organised here. I'll show you the card first, and then I'll show you how I made it. This is the little tea bag foldings here, right here. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to do those. Now, if you wanted to make multiples of these, you could cut out all of your circles first, fold them first, and then stamp and glue. Now, I'm going to show you how I exactly did this. So I'll pop this out of the way and we'll get started. I hope my voice lasts, but, you know, you just don't know your luck in the big city these days. So we've got two stamp pads. We've got the Sweet Sorbet, which is one of the new in colours. We've got Mossy Meadow, which is one of our staple colours. They're the only two colours we're using. We're using two stamps from the Sending Smiles stamp set. We're using this stem with the leaves, and the greeting I decided on was a card to say hello. Sometimes you just want to say hello. Sometimes you just want to keep in touch. So that's the card that we're making today. So I have the stamps already mounted. I have everything ready to go. So we'll go right ahead. So first of all, our card base is our basic white, and it is half an A4. So chopped in half that way, scored at 10.5, and that makes this size card. That's our card base. Excuse me. The next thing we're going to use is, and I want to show you this as well. This is some of the beautiful papers from the Tea Boutique. I know there's a bit of plastic on there and it's a bit glary, but they're 6x6 papers, and gosh, I think you get about 4 or 5 of each. So that's a lot of papers, and of course they're double-sided. So you really do need a double-sided piece of paper to create these flowers. Now what I did was, This piece here in the background is 14.4 by 10 centimetres. I'll just pop that up there. And what I did was, to save some paper, I just cut out our 4 little circles that we need to create these flowers out of there, because nobody will know that that's got big holes in it because we're going to be covering it. So that piece again is the Designer Series paper. It's 14.4 by 10.1. So I'll pop that one there. The circle, it's a stitched circle, and I like to call it an innie and an outie because it, because it has stitching on the outside as well as the inside. And it's the second smallest one, and it comes from the Stylish Shapes dies. Now this is a standalone die set. You've got squares, circles and banners. Very, very useful. And you can create frames with these. I did one the other week. You can create square frames, and of course you've got banners for your sentiments. So that's a really, really handy die set to have. And that is called the Stylish Shapes. So that's out of the way. We need some Mossy Meadow, and the measurements for this is 13.4 by 9.1 and 13 by 8.7. I always confuse myself. I don't know why I write the long measurement first. Doesn't matter. So they're all the measurements there. So we'll get to it, and I'll show you how to create these very, very interesting little flowers. Now this is one of the more basic shapes in the tea bag folding. And as I said, my friend Jeanette showed me how to do this only yesterday, so I still remember how to do it, which is good. Now excuse me if I cough, excuse me if I have a drink of coffee, which I have right here for emergencies. And you will need your bone folder. So I've cut out the 4 circles, so we need 3 circles to make this larger flower, and that 1 little circle to make that bud. Now lovely enough, the stem stamp has got 1 stem for the big one and 1 for the small one. So that was what made me put that together. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm going to do it 4 times so that you will get the hang of it, okay? So we've got our little stitched circle, and it's double-sided. So I want the darker to be on the inside of the flower. Now these are not stuck down, and you could most certainly stick them down if you wanted to. But we've got this lovely lighter, like a petal pink on the other side. So to create that, we need to fold our circle in half. Now I hope you can see this. I can't really zoom in, but so we fold it in half. Give that a really good fold with the bone folder. Open it out and match up that crease line and that crease line and fold it in the opposite direction. So we're basically folding it in quarters. So we've done that. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see them on the darker side, but you possibly will be able to see them on the lighter side. Okay, so we need to put them the color side down that we want to be predominant, flip it over, and then we're going to fold from this score line to this score line. We're just going to flip over that little edge. It can be a bit tricky. So to get it started, I usually put my thumb here and give it a bit of a crease, and then put my other thumb there and give that a bit of a crease. So I've kind of, all I've done is just turn that up. So now I can press down on that with the bone folder, and this does not have to be absolutely precise. So we've got 1 done. We're going to do 1 next to it, immediately next to it, whether it be this one or this one, it won't matter as long as it's next to it. So we do the same thing, just crease that up a bit. and then press that down with the bone folder. Now I want to turn it over. So I've got this sort of cone-shaped configuration. The pieces that we just folded are now flat on the table. So we want to take this corner to this fold in the middle. And again, that can be a little bit tricky. So this size circle is perfect for these flowers, but, you know, it is a bit fiddly. So once you've done that, just give that a nice good fold, and then the other side as well. Now I hope you can see this. I don't have the means to zoom in or anything, so I hope you can see it. Okay, so that's the first bud or petal. Now I'm going to do the rest of them and you'll get to see them again. I'm sorry if you need to fast forward this, go right ahead if you've got the hang of it. So fold it in half, open it out again, fold it in half again so that you're lining up those two fold lines. So you should end up with a circle that has 4/4 scored, I think is the word I'm looking for. So then face down, we fold these little bits up, put your nail there, score that again on this side, put your nail, oh, actually I might do it on this side, it's easier for me. Put your nail on there, give that a score. And as I said, it doesn't matter if they're not like so precise. So just fold this one up like that. And I can see where the score line is. You might not be able to see that, but I can see where the score line is. So they're meeting in the middle. They're meeting in the middle. Now, like every flower, you're never going to get two the same, so it doesn't matter if they've got slight variations in them. So again, I'm starting with folding that in half, turning it 180 degrees, is it, or 90 degrees? I don't know. I was never good at fractions. Suffice it to say, you've got 4/4 of a circle. Then we fold this little piece in here. Give it a score. The same with this one. And then flip it over and fold these two pieces to the centre. There we go. Nearly there. This is the hardest part of this card, and I'm not kidding. There we go. And the last one. So fold it in half. And in half again. It doesn't matter which way you fold them. These folds are just basically guidelines. Okay, so we want to turn that upside down. Fold this little, what would you call that? Arc, section, quadrant? I don't know. And then this one, give it a good score, turn it over and fold these down as well. Now I've got some music playing, as you already probably know if you're a regular watcher, that I do live in a fairly noisy area. And there's little kids next door. Excuse me. So now we've got our 4, let's call them petals. Let's call them petals. And we need to create our stem. So the 2 colours that we're using are Mossy Meadow and Sweet Sorbet. So I'm just going to stamp the stem down. Now you kind of, you want to sort of go over to one side and sort of have it tilted a little bit so that you can fit these flowers in. We're gluing them on and they do take up a little bit of room. So what I'll do is I'll ink this up and then we'll have a go at that. Now, Mossy Meadows are sort of like a mid-dark green. And rather than go straight up and down, I want to turn this so that I have plenty of room. So about there, okay. Now I've got my Stamp and Pierce mat here, just to give that a bit of give underneath. The clear stamps don't have any cushioning, so yeah, give that a second for it to absorb the ink. And there we have it. So now we're going to stamp our greeting. Now, this is what I found. I've got arthritis in both of my thumbs, and sometimes these are a bit tight, bit tricky at first. I get the end of my bone folder and I put it in this little, there's a little tip for you, and just turn it like you're turning a key, and it opens very easily. So yeah, that's what I do. Okay, have it up the right way. Just ink that up. And I wanted it to go so that the stem goes between a card and to say. So you'll be able to see through it. Now, just bear with me if my head gets in the way, because it's a bit tricky sometimes. Now, I hope that's straight and I hope it's in the right place. So we'll just hold that down for a second. Beautiful. Oh, don't know what that is. Doesn't matter. We're going to put some splatter on there because I'm a messy stamper sometimes. Right, now to put the splatter on, first of all, I'm going to put just a little bit of the Sweet Sorbet, as you can see. Just a little bit on there. Close this up. Put that one away. And on the other end, I'm going to put some Mossy Meadow. And all I'm going to do is pick that up with a water brush. It's one of these. Hang on, I'm just getting a bit of scrap paper so I don't make a mess everywhere. Yeah, so I've got a water brush. Now, it's just got water in it. And you squeeze it here and water comes out. It's really good for travelling and all the rest of it. So, just a few drops on our block because I want this to be fairly runny. This is way too much ink, most probably. But then I always do that. And where the flowers are going to go, I just want to splatter some of the Sweet Sorbet. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Now, in order to clean that, I just get some paper towel and just clean it. Just squeeze it and just wipe it on the paper towel till there's no more colour coming through. I'm going to do the same with the green. Yeah, just want Just want to take the whiteness away from the card. That's all. Yep, miles too much glue, ink. Excuse me. So we'll just clean that up. Put that away. And, yep, is that the lid? Yep, okay. So that's done. It looks a bit messy. I know, that all will be revealed. So we have our 4 little petals here. So the first one I did was this little bud here, just so that I could arrange it, so that I could arrange these without, you know, overlapping them. Oh, you really do just need a little bit of glue. So what I did was I just kind of lined up this part, like where the middle score was and where these two meet. I kind of just put that where the stem goes. And to my way of thinking, it kind of looked like a continuation of the stem. So that's the little bud. Now, I did actually kind of arrange these like this, just to get a feeling for where I was going to put them. Okay, so the middle one will go in first. And it will go in like that. Then the ones either side. And literally really, really quick. So just tuck them in, line them up so that they look like one flower. Now, I don't know whether you'd call this a fun fold card or what you'd call it. But yeah, something I learned this week, and I'm very happy to pass it on to everybody. So that's basically it. Now, as I said, you can glue those down, but this gives it a more 3D kind of look about it. So we're done. We're done now. So we're going to glue that onto the Mossy Meadow panel. And I've been trying to use my stamp and seal more because I've got it. I don't want to waste it. So I think I might have figured out how you do it. You've got to get it started. It's got to be past about there, the sticky part. The sticky part's here at the moment. So you just get that a little bit going and just roll it along. And I've been twisting it. And I found you don't have to press hard, and you don't have to yank it. Just twist it. And I've been finding that that's been working for me. Right up until it's not. But yeah, I am trying to persevere. There's definitely a knack to using this, and if you can work it out, it could be coming close to the end or something. I don't know. It gets a bit it feels like it's a bit tightly wound, a little bit like me at the moment, but anyway. So I'm just putting that on. There's a very, very, very small border all the way around. It's only about 2 millimeters. So that's done. Now we can put our designer series paper onto our card front, and I will use this again. Might be the matte. Sorry, might be the matte that's not helping because it's a bit spongy. But I definitely do think it's a little bit tightly wound. As I said, a little bit like me at the moment. Oops, I'm not even in camera. Oops, and now I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I definitely need to get some practice of this. One in the middle. And again, not a very big border. And I find the best way to do this is to sort of hold one, kind of have your fingers underneath and just do it one side at a time. So there's that's done. Oops, that's the other card. You know, I say a silent prayer every time I go to use this. Right, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas, she says. But if you don't like wet glue, this is your best option. And we'll put a bit in the middle. It's all fun and games until the stamping seal doesn't work. Right, now this has got like a little bit bigger of a border because I didn't want to cover up, you know, I wanted to show the beautiful designer paper, the designer series paper. Okay, now there's our card. I mean, I did the splatters with the stamp and blends on this one, and I thought, I wondered what it'd look like if I did it with the water, and that's the difference. So now we're going to put some gems on that, and they're the beautiful iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. I like these ones. These ones are getting a lot of airplay with me because they go with everything. Now, take your pick tool, and this is probably the trickiest part for me. I really don't. I really have an issue with putting these gems on. But anyway, we'll see. So these ones come in like 3 sizes. So, yep, small, medium, and large. You take your pick tool, has this putty end. It's also got a pointy end and a spatula end. So, yeah, really, really useful little tool. It all locks in, and it's got protective covers on it for obvious reasons. So there's our little card. There they are side by side. Very, very simple tea bag folding. There are heaps. Let me just tell you, there are so many. You can go to Pinterest and look up all the tea bag folding examples. I think most of them must be square from what I can gather. But I thought that was cute. It's a little 3D card. It's something different. And this stamp set just happens to have that perfect stem that you can use in conjunction with this tea bag folding. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a go at this. I really do hope you have a go at it. It's easy. Punch all your flowers out or cut them out with your dies, and then just fold them while you're watching TV or something like that. But try to get contrasting colours. If they're too much of the same colours, you won't even notice them. So, yeah, do give this a go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.